The Agori Sadhus are one of the most feared, misunderstood, and controversial sects in India, walking a razor-thin line between spirituality and insanity. To the outside world, they appear as nothing short of madmen, living in cremation grounds, smearing themselves with human ashes, performing nightmarish rituals and consuming the flesh of the dead. But for the Agoris, their way of life is not madness. It is the highest form of spiritual enlightenment, a path that only the bravest souls dare to walk. Unlike traditional Hindu sects that emphasize purity and strict codes of worship, the Agoris believe that nothing in this world is impure, not even death, corpses, or human waste. They believe that the key to moksha, liberation, lies in destroying all human fears, desires, and attachments, including the biggest fear of all, death itself. Their connection to death is what makes them so terrifying to the common people. Agoris live in cremation grounds, surrounded by burning pyres and decaying corpses, places that most people avoid out of fear of ghosts, bad omens, and impurity. They do this because they believe that Shiva, the ultimate god of destruction and transformation, resides in the cremation ground, beyond the illusions of life and death. By meditating among the dead, Agoris try to reach a state where they no longer fear death, suffering, or the natural decay of the human body. One of the most shocking and horrifying aspects of Agori life is their practice of cannibalism. While they do not kill anyone, they believe that eating the flesh of dead humans brings them closer to enlightenment by shattering the illusion that the human body is sacred. They take half-burnt, abandoned corpses from funeral pyres in places like Varanasi and Haridwar and consume them, sometimes even raw. Some Agoris are also rumored to cut pieces of their own flesh and eat it, a terrifying act meant to prove that the body is just a temporary shell and should not be worshipped or feared. They also drink from human skulls, kapalas, which they carry as a symbol of death's inevitability. For them, this is not madness, but an act of spiritual defiance, an attempt to prove that everything in the world, even what is considered unholy, is part of divine creation. But despite their spiritual explanations, to the outside world, Agoris are often seen as insane, dangerous, and even demonic. Their behaviors and rituals are so extreme that even other Hindu monks and saints reject them as lunatics. They walk around naked, covered in human ashes, with wild, unkempt hair and bloodshot eyes. They engage in strange rituals at midnight, chanting eerie mantras while performing shocking acts that defy all social norms. Many of them drink their own urine and eat human waste, believing that by consuming what society considers filth, they can prove that nothing in this world is truly impure. Their insanity is not just in their appearance or rituals, but also in their complete disregard for human emotions and morality. They deliberately insult gods, spit on religious idols, and use abusive language, acts that would be considered blasphemous by any other Hindu sect. They do this to break all ties with conventional religion and social expectations, proving that devotion is beyond rules, beyond good and evil. This extreme rejection of normal human behavior makes them appear completely deranged to outsiders. However, the Agori way of life has severe negative consequences. Their consumption of rotting human flesh exposes them to deadly diseases, and many suffer from infections, parasites, and poisoning. Some have even died due to the toxins present in the bodies they consume. Their practice of living in filth also weakens their immune system, making them prone to various illnesses. But the most dangerous aspect of Agorism today is the rise of fake Agoris, people who use the fearsome reputation of Agoris to exploit others. Many so-called Agoris engage in black magic, illegal activities, drug abuse, and even sexual exploitation, deceiving desperate people into believing they have supernatural powers. They charge huge sums of money for rituals and spells, taking advantage of those who are weak and vulnerable. Moreover, their presence creates fear and superstition among ordinary people. Stories of Agoris performing black magic, summoning spirits, and even committing heinous acts in the name of rituals have led to widespread panic. Many villagers believe that Agoris kidnap children or steal corpses for their rituals, though there is little evidence to support this. Despite this, the stigma surrounding Agoris is so strong that people avoid them, fearing they might curse them or bring bad luck. At their core, true Agoris are not criminals or madmen. but ascetics who have chosen an extreme and terrifying path to enlightenment. They believe that by embracing death, decay, and filth, they can overcome the limitations of the human mind and merge with the divine. But the world around them sees something different. A group of wild, dangerous, and mentally unstable men who have abandoned all sense of humanity. Whether they are truly enlightened or have lost themselves to the darkness they seek to conquer is a question that remains unanswered. Are they divine beings walking the path of Shiva, or are they lost souls drowning in the madness they have created? The mystery of the Agoras continues to haunt the world, blurring the line between the sacred and the insane.